All right, we are in progress. So this mastermind, something that came up for me in the last hour in conversation was how, I mean, you can see I'm in my robe. I I went and had an Epsom salt bath soak, and that's something that I intentionally have on my calendar twice a week, to motivate me to go get refreshed and have this clean slate of energy for myself. And in talking about that, I looked over and I read off my statement of how I'm affirming to myself that it's important to take time for myself, for me to feel refreshed and have that revitalization in my life force, right? To feel alive is really what comes for me. So we had a past class. So anyone that's on here, you can access the past strategy hours and growth workshops that are recorded inside the community. You can find those in the Facebook page. So go to the photos in there and look. Each month is laid out. You can see the topics that we had and the recordings for these classes. So this is a statement for feeling refreshed that I had created in our mastermind like a year and a half ago now, which is, when I show up refreshed, I feel seen, physically strong, and sustained. And it was a great reminder in my conversation with Erica that I was like, it's still so true. And when I take the time for myself to take a bath or a shower, especially when I'm really resisting, like I don't have time, I could do better things, whatever the excuse for myself has been, that I can put off taking the shower tomorrow or a different time. And when I pay attention to how I feel after I've made the commitment and I followed through with it, I mean, it's just do it. Like, that's what I'm telling myself, do it. So I don't know if that sparks anything for you guys, but that's definitely a choice that I'm practicing to remember, like the feeling of refreshed that brings new life force and new energy to me when I take the time for myself.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, because
you were there.
Yeah, I was there, and you guys sent us postcards with our statements on them, and mine is taped to the shade of my lamp. So it says, I am starting to be refreshed by my capacity for endurance of mental power and ability to provide light.
Yeah. See, Erica, I told her, I said, everybody's was different on the call. Like, we had totally different ones. Mine is just specific to me. And I encourage, I'll share it in the community. I'll give it a bump up in the community too, because I'm not sure which month. Oh, it would have been January last year. I lied. January 2022 is the month that we had focused on refresh. And that was our strategy hour. So go in the community, go to the photos, the media photos in the Facebook group, and go to January 2022 and find the strategy hour. That Suze walks you through this whole process of how to get your own statement that is specific to you and that will help you stay motivated to revitalize yourself and show up refreshed in your life. Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy you showed up, Kel, to read another one, because I was like, they were so different. It just seems like, oh, that's how I feel. However, it can be very specific to you and unique, which was the really cool part. So anyone else have anything they want to share around that, or thoughts, questions? No, everyone's like, refresh. Yes.
Well, for me, like, even though it's right here in my view, I don't necessarily read it, right? I just know it's there. So reading it to you right now, like, kind of took me back to that moment and where was I to choose this as my statement. And like, I get endurance of mental power, get that, and ability to provide light, I get that. But why I put them together you know, or why I chose those particular things, you know, is interesting to me. And I can see my capacity for endurance of mental power is like me doing my gratitudes and my acknowledgements, which I do every morning. And then providing light. This morning, I did a Facebook Live, and it's a thing in my calendar every Wednesday, and I never do it, but today I did. And so it's like providing light, and I shared about my morning routine, so they were connected. So it's kind of interesting that then I'm pulled to that this morning.
I love it. And I will say, like, you're beaming, like you look refreshed. Just saying. I can see your energy, life force, that you're like, boom. So that's exciting. I hope that anyone that's watching this, you go check that out, look at that class and that strategy hour. It will change the way that you look at your routine and the thing that you're doing for yourself to show up energized.